Fuck the windows, including the ones reflecting in the brilliant CRT TV. Now, today's episode we're going to be discussing dumb people. Dumb people have always existed. They seem to be multiplying in the last 3 decades. Anyway, didn't really bother me before because it didn't put my life in jeopardy. Is this a fucking scratch on these things? You arsehole. Cough. Even the pathetic millennial losers of 90s generation forcing us all to have cheap shit that's overpriced. Because they'll buy anything for any price, but they can't afford to buy things that are made with any kind of quality. But no. Jesus Christ. They'll have to do. That even comes down to millennial fucking doctors. Although I think my doctor was only 10 years younger than me. Who gives a fuck, mate? Hey! So we're playing Orbitron. Joystick import 2. Obviously it's from tape. Oh, joy of joys, the spastic chavs that have just moved into the area, they now have a huge fucking trampoline in their garden. Millennials and the 90s generation shouldn't be allowed to have fucking houses with gardens, mate. In fact, they should be sterilised. Every millennial man should be sterilised straight away. You're 16, mate, come in the room, come on. We need to protect the average IQ of the human race. Because the new thing is, COVID is just a flu. All the figures were bollocks. Scientists were lying to you. And it's funny that the people that believe this shit have got the IQ of a fucking potato. Anyway. Unlike those dumb shits, I have actually read all the scientific papers that relate to me and COVID, and that's a hell of a lot of lies to be making up, seeing as most of them make sense. They would have to make every single scientific fact that I look up in relation to those papers whilst reading them also a lie. So we're talking dumb on the level of fucking Ancient Aliens TV program. I don't really care if you agree with my opinions or not, but the sad reality is, if you had a few roll-ups every day for quite a few decades, yeah, 80% chance of not making it. I don't believe this tape is going to load. This tape wasn't rewound. Another cunt who don't rewind the tapes. Didn't even load anything into upper memory. So yeah, life for me at the moment is I feel like a Jewish man living in 1930s Nazi Germany, and all the 80% of the population who are not affected by COVID at all, they're all the Nazi scumbags, believing any old shit that fucking they're told. Now, actually, I must say, I have to point this out, not all Germans were like that in the 1930s. They did actually try and overthrow Hitler. They did try and do a coup. But did the West help them? No, the West was hell-bent on grabbing all the advanced scientific and technological gear of the Nazis. So we carried on with the war. The war could have been stopped in 1943 if the Allies had helped the Germans who weren't Nazis living in Germany at the time. Even Tom Cruise made a film about it. That's how serious it is. He doesn't even make any of his funny faces. Again, that's how serious it was. But anyway, so I did check out Danger Mouse in the Black Forest Chateau, stroke Gatto, which is what I used to call it. Looks quite interesting. It is sort of like a joystick controlled adventure game. Graphics are quite blocky but quite nice as well. It's kind of like Lords of Midnight for Danger Mouse fans that are about, I would say, 12 years old. So, and it is actually a 1984 game. But some cunt didn't rewind it after testing it out on their fuck tape deck and ruined it forever. So I definitely only have one copy of that game. I had to go out of my way to buy that 15 years ago because it wasn't turning up in any bundles that I was trying to buy. Now I don't know what the fucking story is with Who Dares Wins. I don't know where my Amstrad games are. D Games Creator Shit by David Darling. Ain't finished my roll up yet. This ain't worth fucking wasting your roll up on. The silence of the end of the game. Now this is a 1984 Mastertronic game, and most 1984 Mastertronic games are actually written with that Games Creator shit. Someone who could write really good typing listings sold their games. Well, they made a games creation thing, and they probably were gonna, like, you know, sell the games that they made with that tool to like things like CVG and all that, but then you can't really type them in. Luckily for them, Mastertronic was on the lookout for some games to stick on cassette to sell you for, you know, £1.99. So a quarter of the price. 84, apart from people like US Gold, most C64 games were £8 or £9. So you have to avoid them. Oh, you can shoot them. I'd rather be playing Astro Wars. Now I've got a new saying now. Never mind, it is what it is. The pattern is the pattern. Yeah, I'd forgotten a few things about Maniac, which if you haven't seen that TV show on Netflix, well, you missed out, mate. Hey. So they have gravity as well, so it's a bit like Arcadia, I suppose. It's less flickery than Arcadia. Maybe this is quite advanced for the games creation tool that the Darling brothers, the little darlings, made. Anyway, done and dusted. Good.